Doop, doop, doop. Hello, Internet! It is 6 p.m. It is a Friday, and that means I'm SneakyDevil, and this is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9000. Joined today by Max Horse and Atin, of course.
All I can say is I hope we don't have the real trash today, because even though I finally got some sleep, I am so out of patience.
Are you prepared to enjoy this?
No.
You better get ready.
I'm gonna find a way to kill myself with a toenail clipper.
Anywho. As always, do not contact the people featured, blah blah blah. This is parody entertainment,
Do not blah 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 this. Don't harass them. Leave them the hell alone.
Am I missing anything? Let me consult this. Yes, I'm not missing anything. Excellent. As always, the links to the fanfictions we cover will be found in the description of the YouTube page after it is over, or in the Discord down below, both of which Twitch and YouTube have links to. It's the big old Discord button if you're on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, it's in the description under Discord.
We hope you have the ability to read. Otherwise, this podcast may not be for you.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Alright, so let us get down and going.
Are you saying let's get down to business?
Yes, to defeat the cons.
That's
it's
not.
The
Huns.
I was close.
You already No, you already fucked up.
To defeat the cons. This is not.
It could have been right. You don't know.
Well, so could have Hitler. Doesn't mean he wasn't wrong in the end.
You don't know that.
I can say it with reasonable certainty.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Anywho. Come on, fucking... There we go. I'm already being told I'm horrible. I'm off to a good start.
Hey, what? Wait, what?
So this
Who's
is
telling you you're horrible?
A gamer man. This is a Ruby Undertale crossover. Creation Tale, Volume 1. Monsters, the Rose, and the Grim.
Oh boy.
After thousands of eons, one of the three legendary dragons that created the Mega Dimensions choose a human named Alistair, while he is fighting for the outcome of the Battle of the Underground and become the next god of all gods. 6 years later, Alistair goes to another world with Sans and Asriel to help the group from Ruby with the Grim Crisis. There will be
Hold on. To help the group from Ruby in their Grim Crisis.
Yes. Crisis.
Okay. Crises?
Didn't even get the correct form of there.
Well, at least they got the proper plural form of crisis. But I'm worried that there are multiple.
They can get the proper form of crisis.
I think they just misspelled crisis and accidentally got the plural form.
That is always a fun thing about English. You can misspell it and get
This is the rewrite!
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't have too much room to talk since Max and I did do a rewrite of our story. Typically, the rewrite's supposed to be an improvement. And if this is what's considered the improvement...
Hey, it's Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
Holy shit, Calvin's not dead.
But he's gonna wish he is. Unknown point of view. The infinite void of space. Unknown time zone. Glad we got that. Before the time began, there were... Okay. 3 powerful dragons. Their names were the Dragon of Creation, the Dragon of Chaos, and the Dragon of Destruction.
I just
Those
want to interrupt
aren't
real
names.
quick.
Those are titles.
Yeah, I want to interrupt real quick though. Dragon of Chaos is apparently a bitch, because the dragon in his name isn't even capitalized. But the Dragon of Destruction doesn't have the capitalized. I am so confused.
These 3 dragons lived in peace and harmony until a giant war broke out.
Hold on a minute. You're telling me the Dragon of Chaos and the Dragon of Destruction were just sitting back like, I love not bringing chaos or destruction anywhere. Peace is the best.
Yeah, more or less. The Dragon of Creation and the Dragon of Destruction on one side and the Dragon of Chaos on the other. What?
You know, really the only way for them for them to live in peace and harmony and apparently picking sides in this war would imply that they were given these titles at a later date, but we're giving the implication that these were names they were apparently born with.
They were kicking it. Indeed.
2,000 years later, and the war ended by an explosion created by a failed spell from the other side of the 2 dragons, destroying all 3 dragons, creating their own mega dimension. And their souls were trapped in their own realm until their successors were found. A mysterious soul thought before he saw his successor.
This is making me more and more upset.
Can't be bothered to spell the word 2, but can be bothered to spell 1,000.
Even Twitch is fucking done with my shit. I'm fucking dropping frames hardcore right now.
No, that's a good thing you don't actually need frames for reading.
Well, I mean, they do need it for audio.
That is a fair point.
So speaking of which, how is the audio, guys?
I think it's fine.
I guess we'll see.
I don't know. I have to unmute it.
Is it just Twitch having an aneurysm, or is it me?
I mean, I think the audio sounds fine, but...
I think Twitch is telling you it's fucking up, but it's coming through fine on my end.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Oh. Gamer dropped for 30 seconds, apparently. Sometimes it thought, Twitch, could you not do this to us?
What the fuck is going on? You see, this is one thing I just don't understand. Why is it my internet connection is fine 99% of the time? The second I'm like, all right, time to go, the world's just like, hey, fuck you.
'Cause hey, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh boy, fantastic! We're off to a great start. I just want to shoot myself. I mean, there's not much I can do.
Okay, well now the stream's starting to cut in and out on my end. What in the world? Okay, apparently someone is hijacking your connection and using it to download porn. You need to go and find them and curb stomp them.
fucking clearly. I don't know what's going on here.
Let them know it's incredibly rude to do that as well.
Excuse me, I'm trying to stream here.
Download your porn at a later date. Holy shit. Twitch, calm down.
Twitch will not be calm.
It really needs to be, though.
Dude, my ping is 190 right now. What the hell is going on?
Are you downloading anything else?
No, dude. I am not downloading a single goddamn thing. Nope. Straight into shit tier again. What the fuck? Alright. I don't know why that worked, but it did.
Shall I go get a reaction image for IT?
Yeah.
No.
Alright. Now that it appears I fixed it. Let us continue. Fuck yeah, I don't even know what I did.
Oh, come on, there's gotta be a better version of this.
Anyway. Third person point of view. Mount Abbott, the barrier. 200 million eons from the end of the giant war and the creation of the mega dimension called creation on the planet Earth.
What
Wait.
the fuck did I just hear?
There's
we
a
go.
mega dimension called creation on the planet?
Apparently. Take a look at that picture at your leisure, Sneaky.
No. Where's this picture?
It's in shitposts on one of the private discords.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
There you go.
I can agree to that. I will agree to that.
I was gonna give you a cool Morpheus one, but they uploaded it in a really small resolution.
I was gonna say, let's be honest, that one works better anyway. Completely confused and having no idea what's going on.
That is the general idea.
Well, yeah, but the Morpheus one I could just hand out to people when they ask me, like, how did you fix this?
This is
Oh,
true.
for me, I default to the shitty hacker man one.
Like, the issue is it's a 334 by 302 image. So,
Yeah.
I'll still post it.
Let's get
It's too small.
20
The embed
million.
is
Yes,
like
20 million indeed.
bigger than just clicking on the picture. That's sad.
A 9-year-old human named Alistair, and the owner of the determination soul trait, was about to fight Asgore after completing the things that were necessary to complete the true pacifist run, after completing the genocide and the neutral route. Humans.
I thought the true pacifist run is locked off if you do a genocide run before
Yeah,
it
it
because
is.
of save states. You have to delete the entire save
It is.
if you do genocide first. What?
You're right
fuck?
about that.
Yep, the author doesn't know what they're writing. Human, it was nice to meet you. Goodbye. Asgore said grimly and started pulling out his trident before a stray fireball appears and hits Asgore in the face, sending him flying in the opposite direction as Toriel comes bringing joy
Okay,
to
that
our
fireball.
eyes.
Okay, that fireball wasn't stray. That was purposefully aimed.
Yes.
There was nothing stray about that fireball. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Bringing joy to my eyes. Kinky. What a miserable creature, torturing such a poor, innocent youth. Do not be afraid, my child. It is I, Toriel, your friend and guardian. At first, I thought I would let you make your journey alone, but I could not stop worrying about you. Your adventure must have been so treacherous. And ultimately, blah 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 blah. This is all dialogue from the game. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. More dialogue from the game. Pretty much fucking ripped straight from the game. Ba 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 ba. This is still straight from the game.
I'm just annoyed that they're capitalizing names. Like they're straight up following the dialogue flow of the game like that. That's a thematic thing. They're not yelling their names.
Yeah.
No. Every
stop.
time they're talking, they scream their names at the top of their lungs. Isn't that how you greet your family?
No. Well, I will say this. When I was younger, I didn't understand the purpose of doing that. So whenever I was playing Pokemon Yellow, I always thought he introduced himself by just yelling Ash, and that was it.
Ash!
Like, what's your name?
I should have a hotkey to play the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. I've never heard the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
Yeah, like the ellipses was just him yelling.
I am Ash!
No, not even that. He only knows how to say his name. That's it. Whenever you get a yes/no question, he just nods or shakes his head.
So he's Pikachu.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why all the Pokemon
Yeah.
get along with him so well. He actually understands.
Yes, you are correct. The Curb Your Enthusiasm theme does need to be hotkeyed. That is correct, Arn.
No, it's fine.
Alright, bye, Calvin. Already.
Oh,
He realized he liked his soul.
I don't blame him. A soul is a wonderful thing to have. Shame Sneaky lost his.
Is it really losing if he sells it?
My
Whoa, that's
understanding-
implying I sold it. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, like I've heard. At best, Sneaky
Blah,
wouldn't be
blah,
dumb enough to sell his soul. He would pawn it off and go
Okay,
back for it at a
hold
later
on,
date.
Blah, blah. Okay, so we have a small break. Little tiny break right at the end of the chapter. Chara appears.
Huh.
Strange from unconscious magical exhaustion. His soul is now silver.
What?
After 6 hours, Alistair woke up, earning delight from everyone. Azrael was hugging him. 6 years later, Alistair got good at magic. Sans and Toriel got married, and the monsters were accepted into human civilization. Oh, well, I'm glad you just told us that. You spared a whole one line to the whole point of the game. Woo, lads. So, to help us, in our efforts, I have started a new folder called Covered Fix, so I don't accidentally queue up the fix I've already covered before.
Probably a wise idea.
Yep. Let's see, more retardation. Let's
I
do.
can't wait for you
this.
to actually end up covering another fic we've already done.
The Misadventures of Ruby and Ed and Nettie rewrite.
This is a crack story, right?
Look at it this way. If this isn't crack,
I kind of hope
this author has a problem.
Yeah.
Well, that or they just better be fucking amazing.
Yes.
As always, the link can be found in the Discord.
Uh-oh. Oh no, he's laughing. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Double D has created a new teleportation machine, but what happens when something goes wrong and the Eds are sucked into a strange looking anime world where we are four girls befriend the Eds? Question mark.
What?
As the Eds work with Team Ruby trying to get themselves home, wacky antics and exciting adventures ensures.
So it looks like it is supposed to be crack fic, sort of. Kind of?
What I do know is there is 230,000 words of this, and 24 people have favorited this, and oh
what?
okay.
Um,
I was gonna say they wrote 240k words in apparently the span of 3 days, but this is the new version, so I'm assuming there was an old version.
Yes, that would be a reasonable assumption.
New version versus old. The old version is 587,000 words.
Why? Well, why? But why?
Can't tell you.
Wow. The exact same summary, by the way. Literally just copy paste it over.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Well then. Right. Since my last fanfiction got too disorganized and uninteresting, I'm making a new version of this. I'm going to, for everyone who read the old version, this new one will not have Salty Sam, Evil Tim, zombies, cyborgs, demons of evil from an alternate universe, or evil versions.
Why are you adding words in?
Sorry, no, my eyes were skipping lines.
Yeah.
Cyborgs, demons, evil alternative universe versions of the main characters, or other OCs.
Jesus Christ, this person went full DC.
No, they went full Disney. Burn it all.
Oh, I was talking about the plot elements that I just heard.
That's just American comics. Honestly, I would immediately jump to Marvel. DC had a zombie event?
Yeah.
Yep.
When was this?
Oh, that was the Black Lanterns.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, they were like, oh, what if we did something really cool with the fact that we've let all these characters get murdered all these times? And essentially, so this was back when they were putting out all the different colors of the rings for the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a secret evil Lantern Corps, literally called the Black Lanterns. And Black Lantern rings could possess anyone who died and force them to do the... I forget what it was called, but there was some big bad who ran the Black Lantern Corps, and if you had a Black Lantern ring, he could make you do what he wanted. So, like, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, multiple versions of the... I think the only one who didn't get caught was the Flash, because he's the Flash, and he's like, ha-ha! I'm not letting that touch me.
Alright, then.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure the Flash could have just completely collapsed that timeline, because he's legitimately the most terrifying hero to me.
Yes. Anyway.
Like, Speed Force. Good thing it ended up in the hands of an idealistic good guy.
Except when it doesn't.
It was a sunny day in the small cul-de-sac town of Peach Creek. The birds were chirping, the kids were outside playing. And
also, this is just something I gotta ask. When did Double D suddenly become some kind of super science genius?
I don't know.
He's always made little things, but they were little...
But Max, this is like, a teleporter.
No, I know. I'm trying to figure out where he got the funding for this. I don't doubt that he could do it. I doubt that he would have access to the material.
They don't have the money to buy 50-cent jawbreakers, but he can build a fucking teleporter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on now. Suspension of disbelief will only go so far.
He better be MacGyvering the shit out of this.
MacGyver would look at him like he was insane.
Indeed, sir, and indeed. Are we all ready?
I'm ready, yes.
We all ready for this?
I guess.
All ready.
Alright, let's rock and roll. Rambunctious outcasts of the neighborhood known as the Eds, aka Ed Boys, aka Dorks, aka Ed, and Eddie, were working on some type of project within Double D's garage. The other kids had no idea what it could be. Their best guesses were just another crazy scam machine or project created by the Eds. So the kids decided to continue on with their individual activities. The young scam artist and money grabber Eddie was running down the street with his tongue sticking out, waving in the wind, very clearly excited for something. But the con artist side was his by the con artist side was his large, dim-witted, lovable oaf of a friend Ed, who was also running down the street in his usual running position, with his arms behind his back, his head along with a dumb smile and lazy eyes. There needs to be commas. There's no commas. There is one comma. There needs to be more commas. And lazy eyes.
I think that's the first time we've ever said that needs more commas.
Directions.
No, we've said it before.
As Eddie was in his usual usual running position, okay. Hands stretched out in front of him like he's always after something. Anyway, the two Eds finally made it to Double D's house as they ran to Double D's garage door and started pummeling it with their fists, trying to get their friend's attention.
We didn't need the second Double D.
Yeah, we can only assume that they're going to the garage of the house that they're running towards.
If they're going to his house, we can only assume they're going to be beating on his garage door.
As the garage door opened up, they saw a discontent Double D in a white lab coat staring at them like they were guilty.
Why were you pummeling my garage door when you simply could have knocked instead? Asked Double D with a bit of a condescending tone in his voice.
I mean, technically speaking, they are knocking, just loudly and aggressively and repeatedly.
Indeed. Eddie and Ed ignored the question as Eddie asked with excitement, "Is it true, like you said? Did you really create a jawbreaker machine?" Eddie asked as him and Ed both started to drool. "Oh, yes, of
Also,
course."
this is something I've never understood. Why the fuck are they so obsessed with jawbreakers? They're not that great of a candy.
Because plot.
There was a reason for it, I just don't remember what it was.
Like, is the neighborhood shop keep lacing these things with goddamn cocaine the way the children in this neighborhood want them?
It's possible. Right this way, gentlemen, Double D said as he invited his friends into the garage. But before he closed it, he stuck his head out and looked left and right to make sure nobody was around. The coast was clear as the young genius closed the garage door. As Eddie and Ed walked in, they noticed that the garage was very dark, but not pitch black. Not pitch black dark, but still pretty dark. "Man, Double D, you a troll or something? How long has it been since you've seen natural light?" quipped Eddie.
Well, A, he just stuck his head out the garage. B, also, when you're giving a description like that, rather than saying not quite pitch black, but still pretty dark, say something like, you could only see the dimmest outlines.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff that helps the reader visualize, oh, it's really dark, but you can kind of see.
Much more than you have, Eddie. At least I don't stay in my dark room reading magazines. Single quotations when you're quoting something inside a quotation. Quipped back Double D as Ed started to laugh a little, trying to hold it back with his hand. Blah, blah, blah. So we get the idea, blah blah blah. It's a jawbreaker machine. I might have lied to you. I'm about to science really hard. Whoa, cool. It's a teleportation machine. Oh, is it buttered toast? Blah blah blah. Extra dimensional transportation machine. It can teleport us to any alternative universe or dimension. Oh, you built that in 5 months, did you?
Of course. Don't you? I mean, I'm on the stupid end of the spectrum, and it only took me 10 months.
Why? Blah 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 blah. It even comes with a handy dandy TV attached to it, so they can look at the worlds they're gonna travel to.
Boy, that's handy and convenient.
Eddie dismissed the machine. Okay, yeah. Okay, and blah blah blah. Just imagine how much money we could make it with the machine. I said, wait, you're right. How many people would love to have something like this? We'll be zillionaires. Discovery of new stuff. Planet of zombies and giant monsters. Blah, blah, blah. What are we waiting for? He grabbed the remote and started pressing buttons. Double D slipped, caught up in the gravity of the portal. Ed reached out and grabbed Double D. Eddie lost his grip, grabbed Double D's foot, and yanked them all into the portal. And now we're in Ruby. Weiss was unamused as she traveled with Team Ruby. They got a worthy mission to prove themselves, but Ruby forgot the map. You have glass pane like holographic phones
that are in fact your map. your communications device, your gaming system.
I'm pretty sure physical maps have been phased out by this point. So how Ruby forgot a map?
And even, here's the thing,
Hmm.
even if they're saying she forgot her scroll, which, fine, whatever, you're telling me that the other 3 members of the party forgot it, and they couldn't just be like, and they can't just shoot Ozpin or Glinda a text and be like, hey, the file got corrupted, can you send us a new copy of the map?
Yeah.
Or even just, hey, our team leader forgot her scroll, can you send us a copy of the map?
Anyway, original mission, Emerald Forest, discovered the energy disturbance, but now they had to stay here longer.
Actually, quick aside, we actually do have physical maps. Volume 4. Jean
Yes, they do
managed
have
to
physical maps.
misread it, and Nora lost it, I think. Yeah.
But still, it's Emerald Forest. It's not like an uncharted area.
Or a
No,
place they'd never been to.
but I guess volumes 4 and 5 are answering some questions we've had for a bit about the Ruby universe. For example, maybe the scrolls don't actually have maps. They just have really crappy radar readouts, if you know how to track things.
Well then, what was the map
God.
that Crow showed with his scroll?
That did just recently happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did. It did.
Why did they have a physical map?
Yeah!
Like, do you need to be in range of a CCT to be able to use the map on a scroll?
I mean, I guess that would make some sense, because I doubt they have satellites, so...
Well, yeah, but the issue, Atin, is that I've gone out of my way on an old phone to have an offline map downloaded to it, just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I do that too, but...
Well, half my questions on Aura were answered. Now I have twice as many questions for scrolls.
Blah blah blah. 30 minutes ago, we'll find it. We're near the cliff. Got the map, you dolt. Blah blah blah. Who fell from the sky? Let's go. They screamed as they fell out of the sky. Eds hit the forest, breaking apart trees and branches as they were falling, until they all hit the ground with their heads submerged in the ground. So we're going to be using cartoon physics then?
If there's not some question of, is that your semblance, guys, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I think I hit a pipe, commented Ed as he comedically submerged his other 2 hands into the ground to pull out his 2 friends, falling back, making the 3
I just want to point out
on top of
the
each
problem
other.
with the author saying comedically, that, like, yes, this is the part where you would laugh. This is the problem with taking
There
a
is no
show that
humor.
relies on... This is the problem with taking a show, like Ed and Eddie, that relies on visual sight gags for the overwhelming majority of its humor.
Yes.
Yep.
And putting it into the written word. It doesn't work well.
Not without, I don't know, comic panels to go with it.
Well, yeah, but then
And
that's still a sight gag because you can see it. This is just the written word. There is no visual aid.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. You didn't stop me. They landed over here. They all drew their weapons. Arguing voices prepared themselves. 3 boys, same age. Hi there. Yeah, this was about as bad as I thought it would be. Didn't really
Yeah.
expect much more than that. So.
Unfortunately, I didn't have high expectations for it either, because unfortunately, something that relies on sight gag and visual humor doesn't translate well to a story.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get something else here that isn't Ruby. On the Illusion of Might, a Halo Mass crossover. Mass Effect crossover, sorry.
Yeah, I always get my hopes up for Halo and Mass Effect, and I'm usually let down.
Oh, hold on. We're getting streaming troubles again.
God damn it. Go make sure someone hasn't broken into your house and is stealing your Wi-Fi.
As far as I'm aware, that has not happened.
Can't you actually see the door from where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, granted, if I was going to be stealing internet, I would be trying to splice into the wire of the box outside the house. But they could do that without, accidentally taking down your network. I would honestly just be impressed.
Today, kids, we're going to teach you how to steal Wi-Fi. No, that's not what we're doing.
We're not doing that.
Okay there, Sneaky?
No, I'm dead inside a bit.
I mean, we all are.
Alright, well, while this works out, I'll be right back.
What? Oh, okay. He's just gonna peace out. I guess it's... He didn't even queue up a new story, so...
Yeah, I don't even know if we're still on air.
Yeah, hey... No, it doesn't say that Sneaky's live.
Oh, well, then I guess we're not on air.
Alright, well, shit. So how's your day been, I guess?
Kind of slow, honestly. Like, greatest thing about IT is, you get to help people in the particular position I'm in. And, like, it's a nice feeling. And sometimes it's kind of cool that I'm essentially being paid there to just, I'm being paid to be there on call in case anything goes horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
On the downside, if nothing's broken, I sit there with nothing to do.
Yeah. Yep, that can be pretty boring.
I guess I'll have to make a technical difficulties slide while whatever happens.
Boy.
Hmm.
Sneaky, maybe drop a message and because I dropped a message in the Twitch chat. Maybe drop messages in the other ones saying, "Hey, we're trying to fix the problem." Even if we aren't actively trying to fix it, we can at least tell them.
Yep.
That we are.
Oh.
What?
I just figured out how Hot Scramble's funnels actually work.
Oh?
Yeah. It's got 2 firing modes. One of which, if you set it up right, you can have the funnels fire from 3 different positions around you.
Ugh. So
you could set up like a little cage that, if you get good at reading the opponent, you can actually just fire on one side and catch them as they're dodging to the other.
So does that function differently from the new or the high news?
It does, because its other firing one where it actually sends them out, I don't have to charge those, I don't have to hold down the button to send it out. It just does it.
Oh, you can just tap the button and it just sends all of them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fucking... No wonder people hate that suit.
It's like, I wonder why people are so angry about oh.
But on the positive side, if we go with Team Funnel Max, whenever we do it, we can go fly my funnels and make everyone twitch with anger. Honestly, that seems incredibly the ability to just, because if you have two people using funnels, you could both just say, all right, just send your funnels at that guy and we'll double team his friend. Because if you had something like...
Yeah, but the issue is that all of the funnels that I know for sure are all 500 cost. So
yes.
Not ideal.
So you'd have to do 2 500s.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you both have funnels...
All right. It looks like the connection is getting better. I lied.
Oh, okay.
It's bad again. It was good for like 30 seconds, and then it went.
All right, go reset your router, maybe. Like we're already down, so.
I mean, that's not the problem, though.
Dude, then what is the issue?
That's the problem.
Ah.
I've already run tests in the background and all my upload rates and everything. That's all fine. I don't know what.
So the connection itself is just shitting the bed, and we can't figure out why.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, what I was gonna say, Max, was, but if you have two 500s, that's a lot of health between the two of you. Not to mention, if you have 2 sets of funnels, bullying someone would be very easy, I think.
Yeah, maybe the issue is that in exchange, wow, that is like the ultimate fuck you.
What is?
I'm playing around with the hot funnels melee systems right now. He has a flip kick that knocks you into the air.
Uh-huh.
If you do the timing right, you can hit the opponent 3 times with that kick for 190 damage. It's like, I don't respect you as a player, but I do respect you as a soccer ball.
Well, I was gonna say, one of the, I think it's the, I think it was the new? Yeah, one of the news combos, you just start punching them, and then you finish it by punting them.
Yeah, and you were very confused. You actually got offended when you realized I was doing that.
That's right, I tried to block it out of my mind. And that's why I liked the Zaku so much, because you just did because I could just fly and kick you. Turns out that stupid flying kick max has some of the highest priority in the game.
I'm not even surprised.
Oh, and also, turns out, I was missing the entire point of the Zaku 2. The point of the Zaku 2 is to stay alive long enough for its ×3 speed to activate.
It chars Zaku.
Charge Zaku.
Has ×3 I need this. Alright, I need to see this. Okay.
Hold on. Let me charge Zaku 2. Let me look this up.
The red comet, the Zaku that is supposed to be 3 times faster
Yes.
than other, like, I finally started watching the original Gundam today, by the way.
Yes, it's
Yeah, no, I see it. That's a super long bar I'm looking at that is slowly charging. Wait, what? Why does his Zaku just transform into a completely different Gundam?
oh,
Wait, is
that's
that a...
part of its form change.
Wait, he has unique armor. Is that what that is?
Okay, hold on.
I don't know what this is supposed to do.
Special shooting. There are 3 types of input for this weapon. Special melee, 3 times the speed. Time power up lasts for 15 seconds. Increase the movement speed and inertia inheritance will always spawn with 0 ammo.
If we have to.
Alright.
We were just killing time.
Now that the whatever the fuck that was is over. Let's get back into it. Alright, this is a Halo Mass Effect crossover. And we all know how good those are on a normal basis. By good, we all know what I mean. Soul shattering awful.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. It's that bad.
On the illusion of might, we thought ourselves powerful, able to conquer the galaxy with nothing but toys. We overcame every challenge, breached the space between the galaxies themselves. What use were the words of a race ashamed of their own past? Yet we cannot deny that we were warned, told of their power. For while a challenge to a human is laughable, a challenge to humanity is a death sentence. Not quite sure what they're trying to angle that on. Are they saying that humans are able to overcome challenges easily and that challenging the species is a path of victory, or the opposite? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, depending on how you interpret it, it can go both ways. On the planet Reach, Spartan Locke raised his head to look up at Oni Interrogator as he entered the room. His thoughts had been circling around his
Wait, did they rebuild Reach in Halo 5 or something?
2558. Is that before or after?
Locke is the guy from 5, I think.
Can we get some on-the-fly fact checks? Ast Effect and Galo. Yeah.
Jameson Locke, blah blah. Jericho, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Anything about Reach on there?
Okay, he was a Spartan 4.
Okay.
He worked for Oni. An acquisition specialist, whatever that means. Here's the problem. With Oni, acquisition specialist could just mean that, like, he bought black market goods, or it could mean he captured, like, Covenant soldiers.
Or, you know, captured people.
Yeah.
Oh, this is... It looks to be like this is Halo 6? His thoughts have been circling around his recent assignment to capture the Chief. That's Halo 6, right?
No, that's Halo... There is no Halo 6. That's 5.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So, yes, this is apparently Halo 5, and I guess they've rebuilt Reach. Yeah.
Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can find anything about Reach, if they rebuilt it.
Yeah, that'd be good, because, as far as I'm aware, Reach was glassed, which means its atmosphere was burned, which means it's a dead world.
Oh, yeah, revival and re-terraforming efforts.
Oh, okay.
The symbolic and strategic value of the planet prompted the UEG to quickly select Reach for remediation and recolonization. Surviving populace and infrastructure would assist in this endeavor.
All right.
There wasn't any!
We're just going to ignore that retcon.
A scouting team arrived on Reach to see the true damage to the planet in November 2553, preparing the planet for re-terraforming. By 2589, Reach had gone through re-terraforming, and it was restored to a habitable state with new colonists. In 2610, the city of New Alexandria had been resettled. So, yes, they did rebuild it.
All right. Good on you, author.
And this is why we do research, because sometimes we don't understand what's going on. So we check to see if we're talking out of our ass.
While I could remember the events clearly, from each fight with the Warden to the saving grace of 031 exuberant witnesses' actions, it seemed almost surreal. It was as if it was only a vividly rendered dream, with the enemies in front as clear as day, but the background moving half as fast and in lower quality. I can't tell if that's a jab at Halo 4 or not. I want to clarify some details of your recent assignment. What was there to clarify? Locke had already told them what happened on Genesis. So I guess this is post Halo 5? Yeah, post Halo 5. Considering Cortana's message to all sentient species in the galaxy, both known and unknown to humanity, it wasn't as if the validity of his experience was in dispute. Why did Cortana broadcast to all species? I actually don't want to know.
The problem is this story relies on us, on people having knowledge of Halo 5, which we haven't played Halo 5 because A, we're not buying Xbox Ones, and B, fuck Halo 5.
Yeah. Locke, had personally saved the hero of all species in the galaxy and returned him home. If he had completed his mission, as he always had and always would, you say that once you and your team boarded the Guardian, you went through a slip-space portal and emerged inside the Guardian? Reining in his annoyance, Locke answered, "That is correct, sir. Once through the portal, we emerged on the inside of the Guardian. After it emerged from slipspace above Genesis, it dislodged us and threw us to the planet below. Why did Oni see it pertinent to question the method of transportation used to reach the chief?" Understood. So you fought through various Promethean forces and then encountered 2 copies of this Warden Eternal figure? Yes, sir. What more was there to say about that?
Boy, it's getting harder and harder to draw a fucking line between Halo and Destiny.
The Warden attacked them 3 different times, almost like an extremely repetitive and dull boss battle. Okay, this is actually, it actually seems to be firing shots at Halo 4 and 5.
Which is fine, but it's getting a wee bit meta. Which...
Locke was still somewhat surprised that the Warden didn't try anything new and insisted using the same tactics with more copies to try and overwhelm Osiris. After the first fight, though, the team knew how to take the Warden down quickly, and the rest of the fights were rinse and repeat maneuvers. Tell me, Spartan Locke, do you find it at all strange that the Warden would use tactics that had already failed him twice to try and take down Osiris? He was obviously some kind of Promethean commander as seen by his abilities to call for assistance, yet he did not have the tactical ability to change strategies, the Oni interrogator queried. Yeah, so I guess this is just throwing mad shade at Halo 5.
Which is fine. The problem is we can't really appreciate it because we haven't played 5. Yes.
But I mean, hey, so far it doesn't seem to be absolute garbage, so that's an up. It appears like they are meticulously introducing the plot to people who are unaware of the new Halo games, which is good, obviously.
Yes.
And then on top of that, we got, like, actual reason for it to be rehashing the plot of Halo 5 as a description to us. So, kudos, author. Kudos. You know, Fair enough. I usually do get angry when people rehash stuff that's already in, but it's like everyone who's played or seen Undertale knows the ending of Undertale. You know?
Yeah.
I would say Halo 5's audience is actually smaller than Undertale's at this point.
No, Halo 5's audience was not smaller than Undertale's, unfortunately.
Really?
No.
How many copies did Halo 5 sell?
I don't know, but they would have sold more if they'd also let you play it on Windows 10 machines.
Yeah.
They probably would have.
Yeah,
5 million copies sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it smashes the record with the biggest... It had the biggest Halo launch in history, which is depressing. Yeah, so like you said, it moved about 5 million units.
Okay, so 1.3 million for Undertale. Fair enough, okay.
Yeah. I just don't care, because like, I got through 4 and I got every story beat I wanted concluded.
Yeah. Alright, so Halo 5 still has a bigger audience, but I don't know. I'm just gonna be a bit hypocritical because I don't bother with Halo 5 at all. But like I said, it's not like they're just straight up going word for word script rips.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, and that's the thing, they're not.
They're having the character comment on it. They're having people talk about it.
And even in universe, it makes a ton of sense. Because, yes, Oni would be like, really, Spartan? You're telling me that some kind of enemy commander tried the same fucking thing 3 times?
Yeah.
Like, Oni would get that report back, and they'd be like, they'd be like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
No, someone go get the real fucking story.
Yeah, like I said, it's a bit hypocritical of me, but at the same time, they're doing it in the way I always say people should do this sort of shit.
Well, no, that's not hypocritical, though, because they're doing it the way it should be done. They're not just copy-pasting it from the game, or the story, or the whatever.
The wiki. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I did find it odd, sir, but at the time I was less concerned with the warden's antics and more focused on bringing back the chief. Indeed, that was your mission, yet you say you only fought 117 once, right before he and the rest of Blue Team departed aboard a Guardian. Spartan Locke, do you seriously want to claim that you took on a Spartan 2 in hand-to-hand combat and almost won? Besides that, if you were truly following your mission to return the chief to the UNSC, then for what reason did you only fight him once? After the first failure, Oni Doctrine allows you to engage on site. You say something?
I'm just like, ooh, I feel like they're throwing some shade there at the 4s, because the 4s are inferior to the 2s.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for later marks of the Spartans. Like, the Spartan 2s were apparently...
Well, the Mark 1s were the test subjects.
Well, I know, but, like, the Mark 2s are probably some of the most damaged, second to a handful of the Mark 3s. But the Mark 3s don't get any of the benefits that the Mark 2s had. The Mark 2s are, in fact, superior to them in nearly every way, and even the thing they were made for.
Part of the reason the Mark IIs are superior to pretty much all of them was because at the time, all of the augmentations that Halsey wanted to perform, she had to go. She went through the entirety of the human population and selected like a ridiculously tiny decimal point percentage of children who basically had perfect genes. Because she's like, these are the only people that could even possibly survive the augmentations.
And like,
Was it?
Wasn't
Wasn't
half of it a
117's
washout,
thing
too?
like he's the luckiest kid I've ever met, and that's why she grabbed him?
Well, no, it wasn't that he was the luckiest kid. It was...
That's why Cortana chose him.
Yeah, that's why Cortana picked him.
Okay.
Just like all the other kids, John was in a ridiculously elite percentage of the population gene-wise. But he wasn't... In fact, that was the thing that Cortana says. She's like, he's not the fastest Spartan. He's not the strongest. He's not the smartest. But he is the luckiest. And Halsey's like, what do you mean he's the luckiest? That's bullshit. You can't quantify luck. She's like, I know.
Wait, why was there a big thing in one of the novels then of scene that Halsey had with him?
Halsey, in and of herself, John was one of the first kids that she recruited, and she did it with keys, and there's all kinds of weird stuff going on with Halsey and John.
Well, no, it's just like one of the few scenes to really stick with me in the novels was when she was going around and looking for kids, and we have her thing with John. It's like, I'll make you a bet if you can. If I could get it, I think three.
It was she had a silver dollar, and it was.
If you can call it 3 times or something,
no,
I'll
it
let
wasn't
you.
Even if you can call it 3 times. It was if you can call it, you can keep it.
Yeah, but they put a lot of focus on that scene.
They did.
Probably to reinforce the whole he's the luckiest one later scene.
Yeah, and the thing that Halsey said was either he's got good enough visual acuity that he tracked it on the way down, or he's very lucky. Either way, he's in the program.
Yeah. Sir, I do not believe that the chief was fighting to the full extent of his abilities. It is likely that while he may have gone AWOL, he knew that his venture could end up leading nowhere. I only had the chance to engage the chief at that time. The only times I even had the chance to see the chief, he was teleported away when Osiris freed Blue Team from Cortana's cryptum.
Yeah, so, Sneaky,
yeah.
End of 4, Cortana goes nuts, right?
Well, end of 4, Cortana's going nuts and blows herself up so she doesn't go meta or whatever the fuck it was called.
Well, no, she blows herself up to beat the guy. And because she's like, I'm going rampant, I'll make a heroic last sacrifice.
Yeah.
And apparently, she didn't actually die. So I guess she achieved meta stability.
See, that's really disappointing because Cortana dying at the end of 4 was actually fairly emotional and
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it was actually a very impactful moment because.
And then they pulled a Marvel and were like, actually, she didn't die.
Here's the thing: if 4 had ended with her achieving meta stability, I wouldn't care.
Wasn't there a stinger scene hinting at that in 4?
If there was, I didn't get it, which is bullshit, because I did it on Legendary, and I found all the terminals.
Also, I didn't quite understand how Cortana was able to protect Chief with her code.
Yeah, must have been crazy.
As far as that one goes, I'm pretty sure Bungie put it down, or not Bungie, 343 put it down to Forerunner techno magic and left it at that.
Okay. Thinking back to the fight, he well knew that he could easily die when he confronted the chief. It was well known that Spartan 4s were made in the shadow of the 2s and 3s, but there was no way that even his abilities could have closed the gap between him and an S3, let alone an S2. The Mjolnir armor would allow him to match or surpass the majority of the Spartan 1s.
Well, yes, of course it will allow you to surpass Spartan 1s. Spartan 1s were nothing special, bro. They didn't get super strength. They didn't get super speed.
Oh, so I'm just really confused what SPI-equipped 3s means.
Hold on, I'm trying to...
Anyway. Is that the
special infiltration suit? That was that was the jank suit the 3s got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that less armor, but the camo works on it.
Like, except it didn't for the first one.
Yeah.
But
a 2
there's always going to be
armor
kinks in there.
was far beyond even Noble Team, the best of the 3s. The combination of experience, genetics, and augmentations created too large of a gap for the imperfect 3s and 4s to cover. The Oni interrogator looked up at Locke in what seemed like concern and continued. Now we get to the problem with your account, Spartan Locke. This is where your tale diverges from the events that the UNSC knows occurred. Locke furrowed his brow, analyzing what the Oni agent had just said. How would the UNSC have evidence that refutes his experience? Cortana had sent out her threat to all species and had gained the alliance of hundreds, if not thousands of AIs.
Alright, hold on a minute. I have to go read a fucking summary now.
Yeah, please?
You know what, Sneaky? Let's just take a minute. Let's just on stream, just pull up the summary, would you?
Yeah.
We're gonna learn today, folks.
What the fuck is happening in Halo 5?
Halo 5 Guardians, okay. Come on, Halopedia.
Okay, see, plot synopsis. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Fireteam Osiris deploys. Following Halsey's coordinates, they find the Covenant under attack from Prometheans.
Wait, Halsey's still alive?
Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Osiris kills Mdama. Blah, 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 blah.
She's like fucking 100 years old.
Blue team inserts to capture a research vessel. Master Chief experiences a vision of Cortana activating a winged machine and telling him that the Meridian is next. Okay, well, what's the enormous winged machine? Is that the Guardian?
I guess.
That's the Guardian. Yep. That is some Destiny-looking shit. Blah, blah, blah. Scuttle Argent Moon. Blue team overloads the reactor. Aboard the Affinity, Halsey reveals Cortana has gained access to the Domain, a galaxy-spanning repository of Forerunner knowledge. Worried that she is manipulating the Master Chief, Osiris is sent after him. They get to Meridian. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Governor Sloan is actually a smart AI undergoing rampancy. Prowler and Blue Team are already on the place, fighting Prometheans. Introducing Warden Eternal, who introduces himself as Cortana's servant and engages Osiris. Blah, blah, blah. Gets to the Guardian. Fights Master Chief in hand-to-hand combat. Damages Master Chief's armor. Blue team boards the Guardian. Blah, blah, blah. Sloan reveals that Cortana contacted him earlier, allowing him to evacuate the planet, and he intends to join her New Dawn.
Okay, so I guess for some reason Cortana's gone full robo crazy, which doesn't fit at all with her previous personality, but I guess you could explain it away with rampancy.
Deduces another guardian lies underneath the surface of another planet. Blah, blah, blah. They figured out that the noise the guardian makes is actually it announcing slip space coordinates. So they feed that into the audio decoder and they figure out where to go. They arrive at a Forerunner world. Blah, blah, blah. Ragtag Covenant survivors. Blah, blah, blah. Another warden interrogates, a warden interrogates Master Chief. When John responds, he intends to take her home, announces that Master Chief is a threat to Cortana, and tries to use Prometheans to stop him. After defeating this iteration of the warden, they are contacted by Cortana, who explained that who explains that she arrived the planet aboard the wreckage. Arrived the planet. Diadec's ship, her rampancy was cured by accessing their domain. She leads Blue Team across the planet. Inserting blah blah blah. They attack the place. Blah blah blah. Arrive in time to evacuate the Arbiter. Cortana reveals her presence on the planet. Blah blah blah. Activate the Guardian. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Lots of fighting. EMPs. They use a Pelican to board the Guardian as it enters slip space. They get to the Forerunner planet, attempting to contact Master Chief, only to be greeted by 031 Exuberant Witness, who is horrified by the Warden and Cortana locking her out of her own systems, and their plan for the Created to maintain the mantle, using the Guardians to enforce peace across the galaxy. She assists them as they fight away across the Genesis to reach the gateway, the domain link. Cortana has been leading Blue Team in circles to buy herself time. Cyrus meets up with Blue Team, offering to help Master Chief stop Cortana, but Cortana teleports Blue Team away. The Warden fights Blue Team. Cortana destroys the Warden to protect Blue Team.
So has Cortana gone? So is Cortana trying to kill everyone, or is she not?
The Master Chief reveals he's suspicious of Cortana. Prometheans renew their attack. Cortana, blah blah blah. Destroying the next Warden body. The Warden claims the librarian intended the mantle to be passed down and prepare humanity for the task. Instead, he says the mantle was not ready for humanity, but instead for humanity's creations, aka the AI. Master Chief was not a reclaimer, Cortana was. He tries to appeal to Cortana, urging her to recognize Blue Team as a threat. Cortana counters that if he trusts her to use her domain, he should also trust her judgment about Master Chief and Blue Team. Finally confronting Cortana, reborn with a new holographic avatar. Of course, it's a new holographic avatar.
How much bigger are the boobs on this one?
Oh boy, that is some detail to that picture. Apparently she's wearing clothes now.
But why?
And she's also called Queen Cortana in the picture. Yeah. John tries to talk Cortana out of her plan, but is instead trapped inside a Forerunner cryptum. Osiris follows, witnessing the deployment of the Guardians and the arrival of hundreds of AIs across human space to join Cortana's new faction.
Excuse me, hundreds of AI?
Yeah, apparently hundreds of AIs across all humanity were like, hey, even though we totally love you guys, fuck you actually, we're gonna go annihilate you.
Also, I don't think there would be unless the technology for making AIs changed drastically. No, but that's the thing, not every ship had an AI.
You sure?
Remember, they had shortages frequently throughout the Human Covenant War. Because remember, the process for making a smart AI, you need a really smart human being, and then you have to electrocute the shit out of their brain, which destroys the brain.
Yeah. No, wasn't Halsey's flash clone technique used?
They did successfully flash clone Halsey's brain, but that took them I think it was 20 or 30 attempts, and only one of those brains made it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I know that becomes Cortana, but I'm just like...
I'm saying, yes, you are correct. I'm just saying that the failure rate of the project was very, very high.
Okay, whatever. So, canon says there's hundreds of AIs. Well, thousands, at least 1,000, I would assume, then. If hundreds of AIs were able to abandon.
Yeah, I guess she is wearing clothes now, or whatever.
Osiris tries to prevent the cryptum from departing. Cortana tries to play armchair psychologist and demoralize them.
Ah, yes, I'm gonna try to demoralize the Spartans. That'll work.
Cortana says she'll punish Halsey soon enough.
Does she act? Is that actually something that she tries to do? Because she's worked with John for
not just
how many
John,
years?
Blue Team.
No, I know, but specifically though, she's worked specifically with John for how long?
Yeah.
At that point, I don't know.
My understanding is that he's not even the most stubborn of the Spartans.
No, he's not.
No, he is not. Granted, he's up there. He is up there.
I know, but I know it's mentioned he's one of the more stubborn ones, but the other's only a single notch below that.
Yes.
Cortana and her AI army.
You're going to demoralize the man who flew like a brick through space because he could.
So this is the end of Halo 5.
Okay.
Cortana and her AI army began to shut down the UNSC across all human space, using the Guardians to take control. She tracks down the Infinity. On Seg Helios, Halsey meets Master Chief and Locke, who disembarked from the Pelican. And over a lush green world, a new Halo installation orbits as Cortana hums.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. That is actually some pretty dumb shit. I will admit. That is
not even sure how to feel about that. I may not be overly familiar with Halo, but I do know something of Cortana's character development.
Kind of.
And going this route,
yeah,
just completely fucks it up. She's the first AI on record to have the level of sentience she does. She is damn near human by the time 4 rolls around.
No. By the time you get to 4, she is human. She is capable of expressing love for John. That's why she does what she does at the end of it, because she loves John. Now, granted, we don't know how much of that sentience was caused by the torture she suffered at the hands of the Gravemind, because for some reason the Gravemind could torture a computer program. Still not sure how that one worked.
He shouted paradoxes at her. Alright, the internet's going wonky again, so I'm gonna put up the Sorry folks, it is looking like we are not going to be able to get a stable stream anytime soon.